Welcome back to the Whitaker Bank Broadcast Studio outside of Rafferty's Restaurant. Joining us is Rob Ullery from UK Sports Medicine, Orthopedic Surgery. Rob, we thank you so much for all that you do for the Press Pen and for the Scholastic Ball Report.
Oh, I think it's a great opportunity to highlight the student athletes throughout Central Kentucky, and I couldn't be more happy and more proud to be a part of it.
You know, it's our 20th season on television this year.
It's hard to believe. We were both just young puppies back in the day.
I know. I was in my 40s. That's no longer. That's before, before a stroke.
Right.
But, when we were talking about this on the Tates Creek football field, what was going through your mind when I was pitching you on the show?
So, growing up where I grew up in Ohio, these kinds of shows happened all the time. So it was a huge absence in Central Kentucky, having a show to highlight student athletes. And when you brought that information to me 20 years ago, I thought, what a great way to fill that niche, to fill that void that is in Central Kentucky right now, to highlight the student athletes, to highlight what they can do. There's nothing better for a young athlete to see themselves on TV. And it also helps their public speaking skills.
Yeah.
It helps their confidence. It does lots of great things for them, not only on the playing field, but also as in what they can do public speaking wise.
Yeah, we were talking also about getting these athletic trainers and so on. Run into a little difficulty sometimes, but you have a pretty good field to pull from if you can just fill the position.
It's a hard time of the year right now. Most job openings get filled in the spring. And when things happen this time of the year, people are already set in place. And there's very little movement going on in the month of August and September because everybody's getting set already in their systems, and it's a real challenge right now. We have a great pull from, because all of my athletic trainers are preceptors or clinical instructors for the University of Kentucky and EKU both. So those young aspiring athletic trainers can learn from some of the best athletic trainers out there today. So that's what's advantageous about being a part of that as well.
Well, you mentioned something, you said assistant athletic. I think that's a really important position.
Well, exactly. And we created those assistant positions a few years ago. And what it has done is allowed my staff athletic trainers to have a life. When I was at Tates Creek back in the early 90s, my wife was a single parent. I was working all day, every night, covering every event. And as we've gotten busier and more sports happening and more athletes participating, it's become a full-time job. And my athletic trainers have said that they need a life. And having the assistants has allowed them to take a night off, go spend time with their families, go spend time with their children. For example, this past weekend, 2 of my athletic trainers took the weekend off and went to southeastern Kentucky to help with the flood victims.
Nice.
Those things didn't happen in the past because we didn't have that bandwidth or those people to be able to fill in for those types of individuals.
Yeah, Doug Charles, who we'll talk to in a moment, he took his team down to Eastern Kentucky,
right,
and helped out too.
No, and that's a great thing, and that just goes to show that when crisis hits, everybody just pulls together. And I like it back. You could say what you want to say about Governor Beshear and everything else at the beginning of the pandemic when he said, we're in this together. And that's what it is. We're all in this together from the very beginning. And it shows that when crisis hits, we all come together as one. And I think that shows the true character of an individual, and it shows the true character of a program, and it shows what that person's made of.
Well, go ahead, Coach.
No, go ahead.
Well, when we started the show, we decided to stress academics, and a kid has to have a 3.5. You go to any high school in this whole area, and there's 100 kids with the 3 GPAs above that play sports.
Right, no, and that's a great opportunity to highlight those individuals. My daughter was one of the Scholastic Ball Report academic winners, and she's proudly displayed that plaque. She proudly displays it in her classroom as a teacher, that she was a Scholastic Ball Report academic award winner. Right. So, those things mean a lot to these kids.
And I think also, Gary, with your show, some of those kids may get a little impetus to go into athletic training, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
and they go into a lot of things. I mean, Gary's had a lot of interns that go on into broadcasting. We've had student athletes that go into physical therapy or go into athletic training or go into public speaking of any of kind. I mean, this is a great opportunity for young men and women to seek a professional career as they grow up.
Well, we wanted to have you on, Rob, but thank you for what you do, and we really appreciate everything UK Sports Medicine does.
Well, I mean, I was excited when William come and talked to us last winter at the Sweet 16 and talked about the availability and the potential of partnering with Prep Spin and the natural fit between the Scholastic Ball Report and Prep Spin and highlighting the student athletes, especially throughout Central Kentucky, is amazing. And what William has done down in Bowling Green with our Med Center of Bowling Green and some of the new things that we're doing down there in Bowling Green now and some of the high schools that we're taking care of in the Bowling Green and Warren County areas, I think that's just the potential for growth for everybody involved.
Well, good job. Keep it up, and look forward to talking to you down the road, and we just appreciate you.
Yep, thanks a lot, Rob.
I
We really
appreciate
do
you guys,
appreciate
and like you said, I'm available anytime to come talk to y'all.
Okay, and Doug Charles, the coach at LCA, is going to join us here in just a moment. We're going to take a break, William?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll step out for a few seconds, come back, talk to Doug Charles. He's the head coach at Lexington Christian Academy.
If you're dealing with a sports
job.
injury,
Good job,
UK
Rob.
Healthcare Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine is here to help you get back on your feet. Ranked as high performing by US News and World Report, the same physicians who take care of UK athletes are here to offer expert sports medicine care for you and your family. UK Healthcare Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, official healthcare provider for the KHSAA.